Oh, that was a proper win.
Blimey, you are lightning fast this evening, John. Lightning fast.
I was really pleased with myself. I think I let it go. Richard's around. Good evening all. We actually started on time-ish.
On time-ish. That's that's sort of like our
We
thing.
should have started 34 minutes earlier this week just to completely confuse everyone.
That would be fine because it is 9 p.m.-ish. So that's 9 p.m.-ish. Isn't it?
Yeah, would have been good. Would have been good.
Richard.
You miss it, you miss it.
Like for the first half an hour.
Welcome, everybody, to the Ideal Home Show, episode 130. My name is Richard. With me, I also have John, James, and Brad. Rick is running late. He's been working hard at Mod Maker Towers. He's working really hard there, doing his thing to make sure that the world can carry on making mods. So he's running late from work, and he'll be here when he can.
He is not. He's playing on his trampoline, and we all know he is. So you just say that, just so it doesn't sound bad. He's outside. The weather's nice. He's playing on his trampoline.
Yeah, he just sent us a little video of him on a rocking horse.
Yeah. But Annie, his wife, says she's got to come in when it gets dark. So
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Yeah, probably. Lovely.
Come inside when the street lamps turn on.
Yes, I remember that one.
Oh, good days. On tonight's show, we are talking mainly about squonking. We will be doing a Travavar. Without Rick here right now, there's no way of confirming for sure if there's a mod showcase, but that adds a little bit of suspense into the mix. So that's the suspense box ticked. We'll have all the news from the vaping world, as well as a troll of the week and stuff, guaranteed stuff. Last week there wasn't stuff, from what I hear, but this week we can guarantee it. Brad,
Yes, darling.
how has your week been? What are you drinking? What are you vaping? What did you have for lunch? And what's the worst bit of parenting advice you've received so far?
Oh,
And do the T-Birds have a motto, or is it just rock and roll?
I've had a pretty good week. I've actually managed to get some sleep. The baby seems to be settling into... No, I lie. I was going to say settling into a routine. She's not settling into a routine at all. We've just become accustomed to her routine.
Yep.
It seems like less work that way. Surviving. I am drinking the Ideal Home Show official beer,
Punk.
That is.
Punk, and I am vaping on the Savor.
So
My life is terrible.
The Savor.
Savor. And I'm vaping on a little present that I got from Vic, the baby Ness. Let's press the button there so we can see.
it's very sexy and
Oh,
really
really?
dinky as well.
Yeah.
There's
At
a
2700,
stainless and black
mod.
one that looks legit.
and it just completely disappears in my hand.
It's jolly good. I like
My
the name
favourite.
too. I like the name Baby Nest. Did anybody watch the program, the Family Nest? Yeah, I'm sure the smallest one of Family Nest was Baby Nest.
Yeah,
I like how it's the two older people in the room who are talking about a show like they know what they're talking about, and the two young.
I remember
Not
it.
a clue.
You don't fucking know.
It wasn't in South Africa. They didn't act out Family Nest around the fire.
No,
I'm racking my brain for the theme tune. That's what I'm doing right now, but I can't think.
I can't help you there. Someone in chat will give it to you.
Yeah, all right.
Play it out for you.
Sorry, I've totally derailed you there, Brad.
It's all good. It's all good. I'm very easy to derail. I am also using a Phobia with a pretty little door. An Airlab that I picked up off of Ricky here at Vape Jam, actually. And I must say, I have the mouth to lung from the Saver has ruined all my other atties because I'm now trying to get them all as tight as possible. And some of them you just can't. Like getting a haku down to mouth to lung, I haven't managed to get it right yet.
Just stuff cocktail sticks in all of the holes.
Yeah, exactly. You just block everything with duct tape.
You have to pinch all of James's atomizers.
Yeah, I think I might need to go visit James one night for dinner and just leave with all of his atties.
Well, don't tell us, otherwise I'll be like watching you like a hawk the full time. We'll not enjoy our dinner. Or I'll not. You know, you'll be feeling all sneaky, like, when can I get it in there? And I'll be like, Brady, I know what he's after. Don't tell us. Come on, are we?
But that's the best time to steal something, is right in front of your face.
Oh, super sneaky. I like it.
Yeah. And for lunch, I had... What did I have for lunch? Actually, I had a sandwich. A ham salad sandwich.
Egg.
Awesome. Good choice, Dad. Good choice.
Oiled an egg specially for it.
Good man. Good man.
Proper ham salad sandwich. And I must say, I agree with James. Egg doesn't belong in a ham salad sandwich.
It does.
No, it was wrong. It was absolutely wrong.
Oh, good man, Brad. Good man.
Right, I'm going to throw it at John.
Hello.
Hello, darling.
Hello, darling. How are you?
How's your week been? What you vaping on? What did you have for tea? And rather than a daft question, or a semi-daft question, what was your favourite moment from Expo over the weekend? Because I'm still jealous.
Oh, I got that's an easy one. That's an easy one. Week's been good. Yep. It always feels like walking through treacle when you get back from an event on the first day of work. I'm sure we all know that. But it's been good. Yeah, I found out. Well, I'm not going to tell you, but I'll tell you afterwards. I found out when I'm moving. That's good. That's part of my good week. Oh, what did I have for tea? Oh, that is a good question, because I had a fucking awesome dinner. We had a chippy tea, and I had 2 jumbo sausages, large chips, and curry sauce. It was amazing.
It sounds like a heart attack in a roll.
Oh no! It was like the chip mountain. Well, it was good. I mean, it's probably life limiting, but
Battered sausage?
No, I'm not really a battered sausage kind of person. But it was just jumbo sausages.
There's an option. Whoa! We don't get the option up here of non-battered or battered. So it was just a deep fried sausage.
Yeah.
Or was it one of them like horse's dick things? Was it one of them?
No, it wasn't like.
Do you get them down there, John, in Felixstowe? Do you get
the Savoy? You mean?
No. That's not a Savoy.
We're after the watershed. Yep.
It comes in the. You buy them in a ring. You buy them in like a sort of a ring or in a horseshoe, and then they cut them in half, and you get what. They don't batter them round here. They don't batter them round here. Don't batter the horses' dicks round here. They don't batter them round here. But you do not get a
brave midget.
There's no option. I suppose you could ask. You'd have to wait. Who wants to wait? I don't want to wait unless I'm waiting for fish. That's different. I'm not waiting for a sausage. So it was just that was just an option. Is that what you're saying? That's weird.
It's just a sausage. It's just a like a long sausage.
What are you actually, just to sum up, because this is going to go viral. Are you saying you can't get a battered sausage, James, or you can't get an unbattered sausage?
You can't get battered is your only choice around here. If you're getting a jumbo sausage, if you get a sausage lot, a sausage and chips, it's always battered.
Like something you get a Soho to get.
Or if there's a non-battered option, then it's the horse's dick thing. It's the and it's not a real sausage. It's like it's like a smoked sausage thing. It's the thing. It's the horseshoe.
Yeah. No, we don't have horse's dick sausages here. Sorry, and you can have not battered sausages.
It's like a Two Ronnie sketch.
I can't wait for that to come up with. That's going to be amazing when we get that.
Amazing.
The queues. What about butter? You get butter?
Yeah, we get butter.
Do you call it scraps?
You can have scraps, but I mean that's kind of a thing like school kids ask for nothing. Scraps.
For nothing. Just
Yeah.
walk in and just ask for a bag of
Scraps, yeah. You can do that.
Wow. You look
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a king, John. You look like stuff is amazing to me.
You got to be like, once you're over 14, no more scraps. But
What? No.
You can't.
Chat.
You can ask for it with your fish and chip portion, but I think if you were in there for nothing except scraps, they probably wouldn't give it to you.
Oh, no. Of course, you don't pay, and that's what I thought you were saying. That seemed. No, you don't pay for background.
Scraps is free, but you need to buy food.
Sorry, I misunderstood there for a second. Yeah. So did we?
I've forgotten my fucking question. So
I'll shut up. I say I'm awfully excitable this evening. I'll be quiet. I'll just.
So yes, that's what I have for dinner. What am I vaping on? I am vaping on the Saver, like that. It's murdered out. I can't remember what the fuck this is. This is the Evic Primo, is it?
Yeah, Primo Mini.
Yeah, what I've done, I've actually still got the direct to lung in there at 0.92 and 25 watts. I was trying to test, really. So it's pushing nearly 5 volts through it. And just trying it. No zero dry hits. I've had it in there for 2 days because I sent my pin to Chris. So
you're down to the proper 1 milli.
No. This is a big badass direct lugger for a laugh.
Really?
Check it out. Pushing clouds with a tiny Saver. It's very good.
It's a versatile device.
It is. And in that, I have Black Box Onyx in there, which is the churro ice cream. And it's really nice with the coffee and stuff. It's fucking awesome. What have we got next up?
Where can you get that?
Just that thing.
Yeah.
Next up, I've got a K-Fun Light Plus that Gareth sent me. Lemon crack in that bad boy.
Great juice.
Lovely. 45 milligram to take the edge off. And last, but by no means least, is a mystery juice I'm not telling you about because I'm just testing it at the moment. I can't give you the flavour profile, weirdly, because it's nothing like what it says on the bottle, which is great. It's a mix of things. And what it comes out as is, when you're in the supermarket and it's strawberry season in the UK, which is coming up like now towards the end of May, start of June, and we've got British strawberries that actually taste of something. It's that smell of the fruit aisle during when the strawberries are out. That's what it tastes like. I can't tell you what it's called, but that's what it tastes like. And it is not a strawberry liquid, which is even weirder. Sorry, a bit of water so I can keep speaking. I have a very, very simple best moment. And I'm sure the person I'm going to talk about is going to cringe. This is the best moment from X-Factor. The best moment was meeting Emily from iOS and also Northern Ireland, who came over to Expo because last year Emily was there and she didn't come over, and this year she had to come over because she'd won a mod from Mr. Dacus of Abstract Mods. Wow, and she wanted to. And it's always great meeting new people. And Emily wasn't the only new person who came over and joined us and had a drink and stuff. But she was one of the people who did.
It's quite
I'm sure
sad when you have to bribe people to come over and talk to you.
Yeah, fuck it.
no one likes you. So you have to...
Well, it wasn't really a bribe. She had to pay for it. It don't really count. I think it's how Dacus meets me.
Warner mode. I say it's. I don't like that term, Warner mode. Sorry.
Won the opportunity to buy a mod.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a surprise. It's going to cost you money.
Yeah. It's a beauty, though.
It's very, very pretty. Very, very pretty. Yeah, and I'm sure we're going to talk about Expo in a bit. That's it.
Can I just interject? I also very much enjoyed meeting Emily. I was very pleased to meet her. It was really good. I really wanted a picture with her on Saturday, but she weren't up for it. And then on Sunday, she was up for it, and I'd gone. So it's always next year, Emily. I'm really sorry.
It's always Photoshop.
Emily, can you remember what I called you? Because I can't. On the first, I got flustered and said something like, "You must be Zoe." She went, "No, I'm Emily," and I went, "Yeah, that's what I meant." Yeah, it was something as incredibly stupid as that. So Richard James Rushton in chat says, "Was your favourite moment not being cuddled by Jimmy Parker in the same t-shirt?" That's wrong, because actually I instigated that. Jimmy did not cuddle me. He was wearing the t-shirt, and I kind of snuck on in there from underneath like a little mole and popped my arms out the side.
It was a touching moment.
Lovely. It was, literally. Very lucky I didn't put my hands around Jimmy from what the rear view looked like. Right. James.
Hello.
How's your week been? What are you... Oh, well, I'm drinking some delicious Adnams, by the way, from the wonderful Ian and... Oh, God. And his delightful sister, whose name has gone out of my head. I'm so sorry. The raffle. And the thing, and that... Someone help me out. No, lost it. That's good. We're all terrible people.
I'm blank.
Yeah, sorry. I did that. I've got
Carrie.
S. What?
Carrie.
There you go. Carrie and her husband Russell. Yeah, that's what I'm drinking. Sorry. James, how's your week been? What are you vaping on? What are you drinking on? What do you have for lunch? Now, what is the best trick you could do with a yo-yo? You don't have to still be able to do it.
Excellent. Let's write that down. Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. I've already been speaking. It's like I'm introducing myself. Hello, everybody. I have had a canny week. It's been quite busy. What have I done? Kids were off on Monday, obviously. Nice weather. Went to the park. Me and the Bambino, the Babs, me and the boy. And the park was lots and lots of people, like millions of people at the park. It's a nice park. And also some sort of like unauthorized gypsy bouncy castle just popped up there with thousands of small children.
Do you mean New Age Traveller bouncy castle?
One of the, yeah. One of them New Age Traveller.
Just like fake Lalas duct taped together.
No, I mean, it seemed fairly legit. But it was just health and safety with numbers. I'm not sure they were adhered to. There was very little actual bouncing space. It was more of a scrambling castle. But it was good. Like I said, the weather was nice. But I mean, because it's been a canny week, hasn't it? Weather-wise, the week's been quite canny with the weather. But it's the little fly creatures have been kind of taking the piss this week with the weather being out. You know, I think they've got no respect, absolutely no respect. The little fly creatures around here. I have had maybe double figures of little green fly things just landing on me spectacles.
Oh,
what honestly, is all that about?
On the bike, I don't even eat breakfast anymore before I go out. I just green flies in my eyes, on my nose, swallowing them. They're fucking everywhere this year. That means the ladybirds are coming. You get that weird swarm of ladybirds if you get an aphid thing going on.
I'd take a ladybird. I mean, I don't want ladybirds landing.
You get a ladybird in the eye. Fucking blow a hole in your head.
It's traveling at speed. Absolutely. So we've had. I've had a lot of disrespectful green fly in my life this last few years, and I had a bee. I had a bee the size of a small mouse, just buzzing around. It came in the house. It came in the house, and I trapped. And I'm not one for. I'm not a bee murderer. I'll not kill a bee. I'll kill a fly. I'll not kill a bee. So I chucked it in the porch, in the vestibule, and then left it outside. It was like, going out you go. And I closed the door, and then like 15 minutes later, I was like, oh, there's somebody else in the house. And I'm sure it was the same bee back in the vestibule. Same bee back in the vestibule. And I was like, oh, for God's sake, I've locked the door now. And it's only a small porch sort of area. I don't want to be in there with this mouse-sized bee, really, just in case I upset it. And I mean, I'm not finding it necessarily stinging. They seem to be fragile. They seem to be really fragile. I see more of them crawling along the path going, oh, woe is me, than I see flying through the air. But I swear, when I first heard it, I thought it was a plane going over. I swear it was massive. It was the size of a small mouse. Anyway, so I wanted to let it out again. I opened the door, but rather than flying out the door, it kind of flew onto the floor and crawled under my. There's like a lecky cupboard in there where the electricity meter is, and it crawled under it, and it's on legs, and just small legs, and it crawled under there. So I was like, I'll open it up and let him out. I opened it up and let him out. And it wasn't there. And I take from that what you will, ghost bee, whether there's some sort of exit in there, I'm not entirely sure, but it's perplexed us all week. And I'm sort of semi-expecting to go, and go, it's there it is, and I'll let it out.
I really wanted to do, I don't know, in my head, when you were looking for it, you kind of whipped over the electrical cupboard. I expected it to be hanging on to the main RCD, like that. Now!
Total power outage.
It was just on something.
It just disappeared. Things do tend to. I'm not one of them for. I'm not afraid of. I don't believe in ghosties, that sort of thing. But things do tend to go missing in here. I once dropped a Percy Simon, a persimmon. Is that what they call it? Like the fruit? A persimmon. It's like it's a fruit. It's kind of it's like a peachy, orangey sort of thing with a bit of a hard skin. It's called a persimmon. I'm sure we call them Percy Simons. I'm sure they're called persimmons. You know, when I should stop doing that. You know,
it's going to be something really funny.
That sounds like a hell of a posh fruit. Right?
The nice.
It's northern. It's probably a potato.
It's not. Look it up. It's. I'm sure it's pronounced. But I've never had the conversation with anybody who's went, oh, have you tried persimmons or Percy Simons? But anyway, I think it's pronounced persimmon. But you know what? Me and my wife would tend to like give things like little stupid tree names, but then you use them over and over again, and then it becomes the real name. Anyway, a persimmon. I dropped a persimmon in the kitchen, and it rolled.
I think we call them. I think it's a Sharon fruit, but I'm just going to check.
It could well be, but
it is a persimmon. You're quite right.
So I dropped one of them in the kitchen. It rolled beside the washing machine. I went to get it, and it's completely gone. I pulled out the washing machine and everything. It's never turned up. Never turned up. That's that and the bee, both mysterious. I want to get one of them investigators, one of them paranormal investigators around.
Okay, yeah, down here, a Sharon fruit is a trade name of a variety of persimmon grown in Israel. But I didn't know what it was. Yeah, persimmon.
It just looks like a fucking orange tomato.
It does, with like a.
But the skin's quite tough. They're much thicker than it. So you could probably poke a hole if you desired. If you wanted to poke a Percy Simon. Anyway, I'm just rambling crazily.
You really are. I was really laughing.
Okay, sorry. Okay, that's me week. That's me week. I haven't watched much to say this week. I'm really telly stuff this week. What am I vaping on? I am vaping on just like last week, just like every week, for God's sake. I am vaping on the Saver with a whistle on top on the little snazzy Pico. I'm still very much enjoying that. It's right up my street. I am going to try the other post at some point this week. When I got it, I put the mouth to lung in, and I've stuck with that. It's the same build. I tried my best when I first got it. I tried my best to get it a dry hit, and I failed miserably. And instead, I just made myself feel a bit sick. So I'm still vaping on the Saver. I do like it a lot. I do. I like it a lot. I'm also vaping on The Shadow with the X with a whistle on top, and in there is, I'm just about to start my second bottle of giant custard cream.
Wow.
So that's like half a litre of custard cream I'm getting through there from Spectrum Vaping. And as always, it's like my signature vape, the Logos with a Viper, and again, a whistle on top, and in there is Tobacco Crunch. What was this? What am I drinking? I am drinking a Rick and Morty backers. I've drinking our Rick and Morty backer. I want to move on to something not quite as strong in a little while. And also, speaking of Rick and Morty backers, they were on the internet earlier in the week. I saw Dave Hibbert of Runt Mode, so I'm going to talk about it a little bit later on, disrespecting heavily the Rick and Morty backers, disrespecting them heavily. Bad Dave Hibbert. Hibbert. Bad Dave Hibbert.
We've got good news. 2 hours ago. Sorry to just interject, but you've just got me so fucking excited. I'm turning red.
Did I do that? That's cool.
Did you see the news? Hear the news? Read the news?
What's the news?
Rick and Morty is coming back.
No. I thought they said they weren't going to do a fourth season.
2 hours ago, they announced 70 episodes.
Adult Swim have gone for 70 episodes.
70 episodes have been extended.
Super.
We've got another 5 seasons.
That's really good. That is really, really
Did
good.
Did they definitely say it was with Adult Swim?
Yeah, it was Adult Swim who announced it, and then Adult Swim announced it.
Cool.
That is good news. That is very good news. So anyway, yeah, back to Dave Hibbert. If you're gonna spend £3 on 2 litres of lager, then don't expect it to be the best lager in the world. And for my lunch, I had a prawn sandwich with a little bit of salad and some mayo, some red onion, a little bit of black pepper. It was very nice. And the question was, I shouldn't have shut my boot. The best trick I would do with the yo-yo.
Yeah.
I mean, I would do the round the worldy one, where I kind of went away and I came back. I could do that like multiple times. And that Rocky in the Cradle one, you know, the Rocky in the you made a triangle with thing. That was probably about my limit. Up in the air, down in the thing. Walking the dog. Walk the dog. I don't know what the.
Walking the dog. That's what it was called.
That was probably about my limit. More probably like bruised knuckles and black eyes than actual tricks most of the time. But
I like it. Good thorough answer. Well done.
Jolly good. Okay, that's me done, I think. Okay, Rich. How's your week been? What are you drinking on? What are you vaping on? What did you have for your lunch, dinner, for your midday eatables? Vaping, drinking, vaping, drinking, eating. And is there something from your childhood? Is there a toy from your childhood that you wish you'd kept? Or you wish you could? Have I asked that question before? It seems slightly familiar. I was just asking myself that question regularly because my mother threw away my Millennium Falcon, you know. So is there a toy from your child, either because just for sentimental reasons or because they're now crazy rare and expensive? Is there something that you wish you'd kept or you wish you would have back? Over to you, Rich.
Okay, I'll answer that one straight away. I don't think so. Not really.
What was your favourite toy? What did you most cherish when you were younger? What was?
I tell you what, it'd be nice to have done. Although I wish I'd kept or somehow maintained every games console I'd ever had. Because I get really jealous now when I see people posting up their retro. I mean, I don't have time now.
Oh, James is like a mad retro gamer.
I do quite like I haven't kept everything. I have had to re-buy certain things, but I have got PlayStation 1, 2, 3, and 4. Nintendo. I've got obviously a Donkey Kong over there. I've got a few retro things. I'll do.
Yeah, you've got a Donkey Kong cabinet, haven't you?
Literally just there in my dining room because there's nowhere else to put it. Because the big, the really. I mean, you think the big, when you start bringing one in your house. Oh, they're really, really big.
That's even more reason for me to come visit you.
Yeah, and you have as many free credits as you like, Brad. As long as you don't steal me good mouth the long stuff.
Yeah, so that I think that'd be cool. Just if I somehow kept all of those and had a, I don't know where I'd put. I don't have any room for them, but yeah, that'd be good. For lunch, I had a tuna salad.
Egg?
No.
Just checking. It's not a salad, more of a leaf.
No, it wasn't a sandwich.
Oh, okay.
Salad's a much more generic term when not straddled by bread.
Yeah, true. Then an egg is required.
Yes, legally.
It.
It's complicated. Have you not bought my book, The Rules of Salad?
I've got it. It's on my Amazon wish list.
Yeah, if someone could sort John out with his wish list, that would be fantastic. Check it out. It's available in all good bookstores. The Rules of Salad.
I've never understood the purpose of an Amazon wish list. Like, is that for me to go back?
We're not going down that route.
Don't do it.
It's controversial in this industry.
Yes.
So that's that. Drinking. This.
Oh, beautiful.
Moretti.
I'm a big fan.
Yes. It was there, so I bought it. And what was the other questions? Is that it? How's my week been? Busy. So let's gloss over that. Vaping on this madness. Let me try and.
I think I've seen one of these the other day. Oh, I did. It was on. Who did one? Shouty American Man did it the other day.
Oh, really? Okay, cool. This is the Wormhole RDA.
Yes, he did. Yeah, he did.
It's got an insane variety of airflow available. So you can go air through the side here, which goes through the posts and sort of comes out of the posts. So that's almost like your undercoily sort of style. You've then got all these post options along the top as well. So there's a wide variety of airflow available. And then underneath it all is a very sort of standard sort of clamp deck thing. It's mad, it's ugly, etc. But I tell you what, it's very tasty. It's a very tasty vape. So there you go. It depends on what you like. Looks versus vapor quality, etc. So that's the thing. Also vaping on this. This is the Saver mouth to lung RTA.
That Helix, the combo is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it's nice. This is Craig. Craig, occasional host of the show, Craig. This is his stab. This is his Stig Helix that I'm borrowing at the moment.
You said I thought you said you would keep it. He said just keep it, didn't he? Just keep it.
He said chuck it about. It's no problem.
He did definitely say just chuck it about.
Have you met the Stig? He might be at Vape Fest. He said he might be.
I haven't, but this is. I don't know if I have actually, but either way, this is beautiful. A beautiful thing, and the Saver goes great in here. Other mouth to lung tanks are available. Yeah, they're not as good as this though. Also vaping on the Manta RTA. Advocan. Let's wild guess at Advocan. This is it's all right. It's all right. And then this slight name drop. I was chilling with Vaping Heathen Billy at Expo, and he gave me a Gunmetal Dead Rabbit. I sort of casually brought up in conversation very slyly that I didn't have one, so he gave me one of these, and
awesome.
It's very good. It's a very, very cloudy, squonky RDA, but a very, very good one.
It does. It's the one I haven't had a go on, but would like to as well. So I might pick one up myself.
Yeah, very cloudy, but very good. Yeah, it shouldn't work, but it does. Yeah, and it works very, very well. And I think it looks very nice on the phobic. Yeah. So it's, but luckily the saving thing of that, because I hate that, but the saving thing is the juice actually does, when you squonk it, go right to the top. Yeah. So it does wet the very important bit of the wick straight away, which totally makes it. Yeah, I like it. But it is very cloudy. I wouldn't recommend this for a sub 50 water. But yeah, very cloudy, but very lovely RDA. And that is that. So, I tell you what we need to do now. We need to find out what the Ohmies are vaping, what the viewers are vaping. So let's have a look. Can you see that?
Yes.
That is Rhys Evans. He is on the Guinness Milk Stout, a very beautiful elemental squonker, and a melody squonker as well.
Very nice, very nice.
Very nice. We've got David Childs as well, who's got his squonkers on point. Nice selection.
And he's got an Nautilus 2 as well. Nautilus 2.
No alcohol though, David. Come on, up your game.
Come on.
He was drinking at the time.
Dibley on. You've got to presume gin, I think, at this point.
It is gin. I would say gin.
Normal people don't put ice in white wine.
No. No, he's always on gin.
I do.
Rick's here!
Hey, maker.
How you doing, guys?
Good.
Very good. All the better for seeing you, Rick. Is it good trampolining?
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, I did manage to do a double forward flip.
Awesome.
First time ever.
I like the fact he got here and he's already got a beer in hand.
That's the first thing. I went to the shop, got beer, came in, turned the computer off, here I am.
Lovely man.
Yeah, it helps to turn it on.
Yeah, we're just finding out what the Ohmies are vaping, and then we'll come straight back to you, Rick.
Okay, mate. Yeah, go for it.
Where were we? We were here. We were on Gary's Gin, a couple of savers, and a fancy pen. I'm not sure.
He's done a pen for an SB giveaway. He said SB raffle.
Oh, that's beautiful. Okay. So that's that. We've got Roz. Again, you've got to assume a gin, haven't you?
It's gin. She's Scotch. It's definitely.
It could be meths in there. She'll drink out, Roz.
Yeah, it's not bothered. I've seen her do cold meths, white spirit.
It's a nice
cold
pick.
Lemon zest meth.
It's a lovely pick from Roz. And then we've got Andy Wilson as well on a Phobic.
Nice favourite.
It's a fancy looking beer.
That is a very fancy looking can.
I like that. Kiwi and lime. And then, last but not least, Kevin Watts. That's a Travavar name. He's on the 54 North with looks like a Chris Scott McKenzie KO and a
looks like it.
And it just what were they? BSK? What was that?
B2K.
B2K. That was it.
Who will be?
Good times. So that was that's what you guys are on.
Great new feature.
More of that next week. Rick, what are you on? What are you drinking? What are you vaping? And what do you have for lunch?
I'm drinking just the only beer I could find in the shop, but it's not. It's pretty all right. It's Marston's Old Empire IPA.
Oh yeah,
5.7%. It's got some welly to it. It's quite nice. Yeah, very needed. Very nice. Vaping on. Got the ME Expo. The Endless ME.
Oh yes. You picked that up at Expo.
Vaping that on an Anatolian that I was kindly gifted quite a long time ago. I can't remember who it was now. Sorry, I can't remember. But I needed a switch for this Darwin.
Oh, I remember. And he sent you that. Yeah.
He sent me the whole mod, and it's lovely. It's really nice. In that Casadega can only be super. I can't read it. Reserve, yeah. And normal stuff, Squonker, Derringer, Blackcurrant, 6 milligram, 60-40, Voodoo Brew, Goon, Parallel, Squonker. What did I have for lunch today? I can't even remember. I had leftovers, which was a half a jacket potato with some sort of chorizo chicken tomato stew.
Which half was it?
It was the right-hand half.
Oh, yeah. Good shout.
Well, I would have said top or bottom there, but excellent.
Well, it starts off as a half, then it would be top or bottom after you cut it, I suppose. I'm not sure what way it fell, but I'm sure it's the right-hand side to start with.
The Ideal Home Show. Stay tuned.
More Jack and Tater news coming up.
And that's it. Oh, move on.
All right, John. What's in the old vaping world?
I'll go with the vaping news. The first one, heads up. Abstract Mods, Mike Dacus is doing a little like a raffolette, I'm going to call it. Oh shit, because I know there's 2 prizes added today. So Mike's delightful wife Emma is doing this a local thing to him and me in Ipswich, which is a moonlit walk for the local hospice. It's the same hospice actually that I gave the money to for when I wore the dress at Expo last year, which is St Elizabeth's Hospice in Ipswich. And his lovely wife is doing a walk for it. And if you sponsor her a £5, that will buy you 1 ticket. And to win, I didn't say we were going to win, did I? An abstract mod, an abstract, a Switchfet Squonker. It's very nice. I've put it on the Ideal Home Show page, but it's also on the Abstract Mods page. Do it. I mean, you could end up with a gorgeous mod for a £5.
And she's a lovely lady, our MO, isn't she?
Absolutely delightful. Absolutely lovely. I'm just trying to find out the other prizes. There's a pen from Gary Dibley to go with the prize. Sean is making a drip tip. I think it's going to match the mod. So it's a mod, a pen, and a drip tip.
And I'll throw in some squonk bottles and a refill kit as well.
There you go, squonk bottles and a refill kit. So it's a total setup for a £5. Go over there, buy a ticket. St Elizabeth's Hospice. Everybody, I'm going to do what I did before. Everybody's got a local hospice. I'm sure you know its name, especially if you're my age, because your friends or your relatives or somebody's, ended up there, and they are, I think they're 90% funded by donation. So it's really important that things like this go on. And go buy a ticket. That's that. Why am I looking at my phone for the news? It's on the fucking screen. I was looking because I'm a dipshit. I can't remember anything. Right. The IBVTA were actually in the news, which I'm going to get to that in a minute. They've been taken out of context a little bit, but that's fine. The IBVTA yesterday had their session with the health committee yesterday. Oh, doing very well. Oh, yeah, I hit the thing. Sorry. I've got to piss around with this. And they were fighting for us. Again, you'd think they'd be standing alongside lobby groups owned by Big Tobacco, but they weren't. And there was a great to and fro with the fantastically nice word. Or fantastically persistent NNA.
Bumdars.
That's the best I could do.
I've gone right off that NNA.
The common science. Anyway, they managed to get a session. We spoke about it last week. And they asked very specifically not to be associated with tobacco. And yesterday, at the end of the discussion was my favourite bit. But go and find it. There's a link on the site. I think I put. It's called something like. There's a link on the Ideal Home Show page, which is on www.facebook.com. Just type in Ideal Home Show. You'll find it. There's a link on our page. And I think it just said it's live now, and it was the IBVTA, and we talked to quite a lot of,
wasn't it? I watched the whole thing. It was really, I thought, very coherent the answers and the suggestions, and they seemed really receptive to it all as well.
A fantastic answer to the short fill question. That was brilliant. And the heat not burn.
Yeah.
And I want to give a thumbs up to the NNA for trying to argue that we should be allowed to vape on trains.
Well, they weren't strictly saying that. They were saying that people who vape on stations get looked at and
they shouldn't,
and are discriminated against. But they just want public perception to be better, and they want some help.
That's fine. You're not allowed to vape on a train station.
No, but
so the end of argument.
Yeah, I know, because it's a private thing and blah blah blah. But their point was that vapors are discriminated against because people don't understand the difference between vapor and smoke, and they were wanting some advice, some help on that.
Yeah, okay. I think you're being very kind. I think it was a. I think we've said it many times. Don't blur. Blurring the lines is a massive problem when it comes to legislation, and that's fine.
I'll go further than that. I think it was a deliberate stalling tactic to waste time at the meeting.
Okay. See, Richard's being naughty than me. And it was really good.
We've got to say what we see on here.
Oh, exactly. Oh no, I totally agree.
I don't think that's controversial. I think that's politics.
I was just playing.
NNA, horrible cunts.
Yeah, and what I thought was quite hypocritical was the IBVTA didn't thank the NNA, like instructed by Dave Dawn, of course.
Oh yeah, of course.
Everybody should thank the NNA.
Yeah, there was the bit of if you've only got time, if you've only got 5 minutes, the snippet for me was the heat not burn discussion at the end. It was so fantastically well put by the IBVTA, which was they absolutely agreed it was a stepping stone to vaping. It could be a stepping stone to vaping, but why? Why would you want a more dangerous, less tested stepping stone out and more expensive? What the fuck was the point of it?
Yeah,
totally.
There was something else that I found was really riveting to watch. So if you do go and watch it, keep your eye out for the guy sitting just to the NNA ladies' left. He gets a nice little sleep.
Oh.
He does. He drops off. And he even shakes himself a few times. It's really quite good to watch.
It was the one thing for me. It's just a quite stupid vote, really. When I first flicked it on, and I was watching, I was like, when it kind of swung over to the IBVTA, I was like, I know those guys. I know them. Hugged her, shook his hand last week. Fuck it off. I can't enjoy that.
It's Hunter, the one on the left, on it.
Sorry.
It's Hunter, the guy on the left.
Yes,
the very dapper chap.
He was very coherent with what he was saying and clear. He's very good at speaking, I thought.
Yeah, I just thought they I think they did us proud. I really did.
Yeah, they were fantastic. Very diplomatic as well. Because it could have been so easy just to say it should be illegal until the Royal College of Physicians have had a chance to test it.
Yeah.
Because it should. Heat not burn should be illegal until it passes some kind of accredited tests.
Yeah. Such a load of balls. Well, it's not new technology. Fuck off, Icos.
We've been warming things up for about 3,000 years.
Yeah, but we've also been doing vaporizing tobacco for at least fucking 10 years. I remember when I quit smoking, was thinking I might do that instead. I also did consider smoking a pipe, but I thought that'd be a bad idea.
I thought that'd be a good idea, John. I think you'd suit a pipe.
I nearly did it. I did. I bought a pipe. I just couldn't get on with it. Someone said you're not meant to inhale it, and I thought, what's the point of that then?
Yeah, it's like cigars, isn't it? Yeah.
I always inhaled them. I just couldn't get.
Me too.
I'm not wasting that. I'm inhaling it. Right. This. I just realised I've been set up a little bit. This is a story from The Sun. The fantastic Hillsborough denying of rag of shit. Anyway, but it exists. It's there. The sub-headline, but I've just realised this is actually from Qassar. It says Qassar at the top of the page, which worries me a little bit. But okay, that's fine. I'm going to read exactly what it says. Vape. No way e-cigarettes could stop smokers from quitting their deadly habit. Vape, no way. What the fuck? Sorry. It was really shit. Oh, there we go. E-cigarettes could stop smokers from quitting their deadly habit if they are... Sorry, I'm having real struggles because it's really, really badly written. E-cigarettes could stop smokers from quitting, could stop them from quitting their deadly habit if they're prescribed by a doctor. They cautioned allowing doctors to prescribe the devices as a stop smoking tool could have a detrimental effect on their success. Vaping has been a consumer-driven innovation, and while products are less harmful than traditional cigarettes, users don't feel like they are using a medical product. Industry representatives told the Commons Science and Technology Committee. This is actually the meeting that we watched. It's the same meeting. They warned that if the devices are prescribed by doctors, they'll be less available on the high street and patients may be reluctant to use them. Public Health England has previously said there is compelling evidence e-cigarettes should be made available on the NHS due to their success in helping people stop smoking. The body said e-cigarettes are at least 95% less harmful than smoking, as suggested they could be helping 20,000 smokers quit each year. It was more of a and discuss. And the and discuss really was the point the IBBTA made, which was you don't need to do it. It's a pointless thing to do to add a prescription. There is an NHS stop smoking service that was largely funded by Big Pharma, but we know e-cigarettes are more successful, statistically speaking, than patches and gum. So fucking do that instead. Give them a £25 voucher. I'm sure if you spoke to your local shop and said, can you put together a £25 package, mod, ATI, liquid, comes in at exactly 25 quid. The NHS Stop Smoking Service will give somebody who wants to stop smoking a £25 voucher. They come and see you. I mean, that's just fucking sense.
That makes perfect sense. So their main point was that it would take them 3 years to get round to doing it, and by that time the tech is just moving on so fast.
Yeah,
they just couldn't keep up. So what they're saying is physicians should be educated in what's available on the high street with independent companies.
Yeah, or associate yourself with a local vape shop. Then you don't even need to bother doing that. Just say, go and see Bob.
That was one of the things they touched on as well, wasn't it? The cost thing to low income families. But you know what? If somebody on a low income can afford to smoke, they can afford to buy some vaping gear.
Absolutely. It was a thing of. I agree. Somebody said it earlier. It's trying. I think it's really important. I totally agree with that. But I think I think that's too plain a point. In a nice way. What's a really shit pack of fags cost now? I don't even know.
10 quid, isn't it? About 10 or a pack?
I thought like 7 quid. You may
probably buy 7.5 quid. But it's not that though. It's not off back. That's what people. That's where the cheap smoke is, isn't it? It's buying pouches of imported battery, which could be imported, could be snide. You just
reminded me of a bit of a very quick John and Ori. I used to buy Samson tobacco, if anybody remembers that.
Yeah.
In 5 packs off a bloke who used to get it. Because I
did too, but not that. I used to buy Golden Virginia off the bloke who went to Belgium every week.
Here's my favourite thing though. One day he came in, goes to work in a shop, and he came in, he went, you all right, John? I said, oh, mate, you got my tobacco? He said, yeah, I've got it here. And I said, it was 5 packs of tobacco. This tells how old I am. It's 20 quid for.
That's what I used to pay.
10 ounces then. And I said, so I got the 20 out. He went, no, mate, it's gone up. And I said, what? And he said, 23. And I said, is it 23 quid? Why? And he went, without missing a bit, he went, it's the budget on Tuesday. I don't know, fuck it, got to do with him. Fucking filling up the under of his seat with fucking tobacco. But yep, budget.
We used to buy ours off the ice cream man.
That's terrible, isn't it?
I can't remember what it was, but there used to be sort of code for not really wanting a 99.
Can I have an oyster with a flake? Yeah, of course.
Yeah, do you remember Royals?
Yeah,
12 box instead of 10.
Yeah, or 24. Yeah, I remember Royals.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was, but there used to be a way of signalling that you didn't want a 99, you wanted a pack of 12.
Yeah, Bent TaylorMades around here were Rothmans, if you remember Rothmans. Same company, but they were the slightly posher Royals, Rothmans.
Mm.
Having a bit of a reminisce about smoking.
Great days.
Good days. He also used to sell a product which he called a bollock. But he didn't always have them. So all it was ice cream on a stick. But to do it, he had to deep freeze some ice cream balls on sticks the night before. So you used to have to go up and ask, have you got any bollocks? Every time, and it was always hilarious. It was hilarious for 3 years. It was
especially with the reputation of ice cream men before police checks came in wasn't great.
He was very special.
Oh,
in a lot of ways, yeah. You didn't have to ask because you could visually see. Anyway, what were we saying?
All right, that was the end of that bit. It was the sun. Going on with this article that I found here. Oh, this is good. Imperial, however you want to put it, the people who tried to kill you. Imperial. When did this rock up? It wasn't long ago, actually. Today. Imperial. The 2 billion fire sale of cigarette empire. Imperial Brands is set to set off chunks of the company as it looks to focus on the global vaping craze. This is worth hearing for the fucking statistic near the end. It's amazing. The makers of Winston Cool, load of shit, Embassy, blah blah blah. Chief Executive Alison Cooper has admitted vaping is now the big focus. Vaping is gaining around 30 million to 50 million users around the world. The article starts. More than 2 billion of tobacco businesses, £2 billion worth of tobacco businesses look set to be sold by Imperial Brands as it moves to focus on e-cigarettes. They're going to sell it. Bosses are hoping to grab hold of swathes of the world's 1.1 billion tobacco companies. I really want to see this thing because they own Blue. And we're going to kind of see what they're going to get. Here we go. Imperial's specialist brands, which include its popular range Blue, made sales of £560 million during the half year, up 1.4% on last year. That 1.4% is really good because this is what is the Von Al thing, because they're trying to. We always had this where vapors, the vapors on the ground are the people who move the industry, and we've always kept tobacco on the back foot, and they've always been that year and a bit behind, which is them buying Von Al because it just takes them that long to shift money around that quick. And I thought it was just a good example of them still being on the back foot that they were on. So yeah. That was why I read the Imperial. Remember, if it's made by a tobacco company, don't buy it. It's shit. They tried to kill you. That's all I've got. Oh, no, it isn't. Oh, we're going to go and do an expo bit at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. Rich, you're next.
I don't... I shouldn't start with... I don't really have any news, but I don't really have any news except for I just want to very quickly sort of thank everyone for their support with the Saver RTA. Everyone's been very kind. The majority of the feedback I've had has been constructive. and it seems to be going down very well. It's still in its infancy, really. Obviously, it's hot in our group because we knew about it quicker, but it's still going around the world and things like that. And so, yeah, I just want to say thank you to the support. Everyone's been really cool about it, and it's been quite well received so far. So that's very pleasing.
It's been fantastically well received, Richard. I know you don't really want to say that, but I don't give a shit. I will. It's been fantastic, and from the feedback from our customers, I think we had one person who had a stress crack on their tank. But apart from that, like zero, absolutely zero issues.
Yeah.
And people have been building them and vaping them. And at Expo at the weekend, you must have noticed it was it was half the reason we near killed ourselves last Thursday, because I wanted you to see them in hand at Expo, and you did. And
yeah, that was spooky. Seeing it popping up on people's YouTubes and Instagrams as well is spooky as well. A couple of side notes. I'll reiterate these on the like page and on my next vlog or whatever. But the alternative glass, the glass it comes with as standard, the smoked or frosted, and the yellow one, it's not glass. Some reviewers have been saying it's glass. I might have even accidentally said it's glass on various things. It's not. It's PCGT. Which is an alloy that's a plastic alloy that's incredibly similar to glass. And one person has contacted me to say that they did crack it with juice. So if you are wanting to use the tank crackers, we tried it with a few tank crackers, it didn't. But if you are going to use tank crackers, do use the spare glass tank that comes with it. Obviously, if there's anyone watching this that's about to get one or doesn't have one yet, or what have you, if you want to use it in mouth to lung mode, you do need to put in the second post. That has confused a few reviewers and people like that. Yeah, if you switch out the posts, if you want to use it in mouth to lung mode properly, and the other confusion has been about if it can do both. Which one is it really for? Which one's the compromise? It's 100% designed to be a mouth to lung tank.
It does it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
I was pissing around chucking. I can chuck clouds with it as it is now with the 2.5.
Yeah,
and it's a mouth to lung in the one. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I really like the direct to lung vape, but every single design choice on the tank was for mouth to lung. It's got a crazy small chamber. It's 2 mil capacity. It's 22 mil wide. It's got a 510 drip tip. Every single decision made, even the wicking speeds and the way it wicks, every single decision made was for mouth to lung. So that is its primary function. And so yeah, if you're a very adamant old school mouth to lung vapor, don't dismiss it because of the direct to lung thing. It's the direct to lung guys that might want to dismiss it because it probably can't wick past 40 watts. So there you go. So that, yeah, there's a few little bits there, but overall the main message really is one of thanks. It's been very humbling and very nice to bring it out with you guys first. Really, it was very deliberate to get it to just have Nick first and get it in our group first and get that early feedback. And I'm really blown away, very humbled, very pleased by it.
It's been, I said this at the weekend to your face. I'll say it on the show as well. But it's been working with you throughout the whole thing, and because we know each other, it's been really good. It really has, and it's been such a simple. It was an easy decision because I watched you talk about it in between us before and sim things, and so as soon as you said I'm looking for vendors, I was like, yep, we don't even do hardware. I'll do it. I'm not bothered. Fuck it. I'm really glad we did.
Yeah,
really glad we did.
Yeah, it went great. I think from that side of things.
It's just if anybody watching, I think we've got about 20 left in stainless steel, and I've got 5 black that we held back. So if you're after a black, because I keep getting messages about black ones, I'm just going to I'll tell you. Just watch that Nick Facebook page, and I'll tell you, or I'll do what I normally do and say I'll put them on at, and then I'm just going to do it, and they're gone. And that is the last 5. We kept them back in case of any issues. That's totally normal practice for anybody in business. And so we sat on 5, so they'll get re-added.
Yeah. Yes, that's that. If you're watching this, I know people are watching this all over Europe.
Yes, go for your other vendors.
So it is available. There's 2 shops in Italy. There's got a shop in Greece, got a shop in Spain. Vape Happy in America as well have it. Vendors are coming on board day by day. The first 2,000 are out there, so there's some vendors waiting on the second 2,000. But if you go on the like page, facebook.com/SaverRTA, then there's a pinned post on there with all the vendors. If you're all around the world, pop on there. You don't have to stay on there, but it's the easiest way to find out the vendors that are available around the world. So yeah, that's that.
Sorry, I just saw it was a great comment in chat from John Malcolm. John just put, it's like a Patreon where people actually get something worth their money.
Oh,
not including a Mooch and Dean.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think we've done Patreon, haven't we?
We've done.
It totally depends on the Patreon in question, because some of them,
it was a good joke.
It is funny. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But I'm not doing Patreon, but I am doing this. So he's spot on with that. But yeah, the Patreon thing, that's the thing. We'll talk about that another day. But yeah, thanks. It's been great. We'll see. James, what you got in your news?
I do have some news. I have some. I've got a couple of new things. I've got a mod. I've got an Atty that's coming out really soon. I've got a little bit of an update on last week's rock mod. Should we start with that? Should we start with last week's Rock Mods authorized Hellfire tips?
Right.
Yeah, go for it.
So you guys are gonna have to put me up when you need to put me up.
Bro, not me. I can't talk and do things at the same time. So
that's all right.
someone else can do that. That'd be awesome.
I will presenteth that man. Done.
Bro, so not them. The Rock Mods.
Runt Mods. I thought you were saying Rock Mods.
Yeah, we were talking about drip tips.
Yeah, Rock Mods. Not runt mods. Wouldn't talk. I tell you what, we can talk about runt mods. If we've got the pictures of runt mods, we'll stick those up here. So these have been landing this week. This is the new one from the runt mods. I want to say team, but it's not a team. It's Dave. This is the new runt mods Squonker from Dave Hibbert. This is Arc. This is the Arc. They were released. The first list went up on Tuesday, so they were posted Wednesday. So they've been landing today. There's been loads of pics of these landing today, and it's a groovy looking little Squonker. It is available in 2 options. We have both a switch fed version and an original mech, sort of full mech version. Let's give you the details. Let's have a look. I've got some details here. So it's a Delrin body with a blasted finisher. It's hard to say that does look a little bit like a. Excuse me. This is a little bit like a 3D print, but it's not. It's a bead blasted Delrin, and it is 73 milli high by 45 milli wide and 25 milli thickness. So you will get your bigger tanks on there, or your 24 milli beauty rings looking nice because it's got a little edge on there. Black frosted acrylic door included, stainless steel domed button, which is a little bit different for the Runt. 3D printed internal bottle stroke battery sled. So although it's a Delrin body, it has got actual battery sled and stuff in there. That's all 3D printed and inserted in there. Silver battery contacts, mod meter 510 with a silvered out version on the mech, and you get a mod meter bottle in there as well. I'll tell you about the FET. The switch FET has got a 25 amp limit down to a minimum. The very minimum it'll fire down to is 0.17.
Hang on. It's not a switch FET then, is it?
It's the information I have directly from Dave Hibbert. It says switch FET.
Well, switch FET's got a 50 amp limit.
The information I have.
Okay, no, sorry, I'm complicated, man.
The board limit, the current limit is 25 amps. The board limit is 50 amps. Does that make more sense?
Yeah, it's probably because of the wires he's used, maybe.
It's the Infiniohm. It's Herbie's Infiniohm switch FET. It's got reverse battery protection, low voltage cut off at 2.7 volts, and a board current limit of 50 amps. The mech version it's a mech version. It's a mechanical swampler, so it's down to as low as you want to go, essentially. And the price is, as always, from Rump Mods, keen as mustard. It's 135 delivered. That includes your delivery in the UK.
Very good price.
And that is that is the Arc. He's changed his logo and everything. He's got kind of the Danger Mouse logo rather than that little fella whose name escapes us. The little runt dude. I can't remember what his name is now. But it looks smart. I should have put a photo of the internals, because the FET's all housed in a little bit in the top corner next to the button, and it looks dead smart. He barely puts a foot wrong though. Does Dave?
It's nice to see them changing things up very slightly. I mean, they make lovely mechanical mods, and
I'm not entirely sure why. Well, I sort of do. I understand why he's brought out both versions. He kind of tried to please everybody. I didn't think it was necessary for him to update the original Runt to this new Arc version and a mech version, but I suppose it's giving people options. Options are always good.
Yeah, it just gives people something different. I like it. Like it.
And they've landed. Like I said, the list was on Tuesday. That probably went out Wednesday. They've been landed today. I've already seen wooden doors. I've seen Perspex doors from Roberts at Stealth Vape. So there's going to be, just like the old one, there's going to be a ton of doors. And will buttons be available? Certainly for the mech version, I'm sure. Looks groovy. He's a damn good mod maker, as Dave. He's a damn good mod maker. Nice. Okay, this is the next one. This is a brand new, coming really soon. This is the Convergent. This is from Fluid. Fluid have been around for ages, and they seem to have like kind of dropped off the scene a little bit. You occasionally saw the odd Fluid mod being posted up. This is their first Addy. Do you all remember Fluid? You familiar?
Yes.
Loads of lovely stab wood. I mean, basically, correct us if I'm wrong, but was it not the Fluid that kind of led the way for the Pico? You know, the original Pico, where the Fluid had the battery cap, and I'm just tiny. The battery cap protruding, so it was a smaller body. I'm pretty sure it was the Fluid that started it off on. So anyway, I've been speaking to Kangwoo of Fluid, and this is his brand. Why have we got we seem to have something there? Look at that. This is his brand new Atty coming out. First ever Atty he's developed. It's a mouth to lung Atty. Oh, that's good. That's very good. I like it a lot. It's a mouth to lung Atty. I'll give you some specs. It's a 22 milli. It's 18.5 milli in height, so it's not very tall. It looks good. It's single coil, mouth to lung. Post size are up to 2 milli, 510 drip tip, and you're looking at it up to a 3 milli coil guide. The materials are, the deck is Peak. The what's called the air guide cap, which is the black cap in the middle that you can see there. That is also a Peak. Cap stainless steel, and the negative and positive posts are stainless steel. That's all 316. And in the box, you are going to get Convergent, a couple of spare grub screws, some O-rings, and it's all going to come in a nice little pouch. We might have a picture of the nice little pouch that comes in. It's all beautifully packaged. It's a little bit beautiful. It is a little bit different because what you've got there. Can we go back to the picture where it shows you the actual airflow hole? I forgot that one.
Wow, that's a whopper.
It is. And what we've got there, beautiful. Here we go. So what we've got here is we've got the cap on the top, then the air guide cap goes underneath that. And in that air guide cap, what you've got is you've got lots of little holes. You've got, I can't remember, it's 8 or 9 little holes there. And they kind of, to reduce the airflow down to a mouth to lung, but also rather than being just a single mouth to lung airflow hole, it's kind of guiding the air around the coil. How well this will work, I've got no idea. Obviously, this is not out just yet. However, it's a really interesting new design. It's not something I've seen before in a mouth to lung design, and it's really hotting up the kind of the I don't want to say hype, but the hype on this is kind of really hotting up.
That's fine. I think it's fine to say hype. I've got no problem.
It seems to be viewed as such a negative thing. Hype at the minute.
They've got fun. It's when fuck me. When people
that's the one I was after there.
Who would buy shit all without hype? Hype is marketing. That's the way of saying marketing.
And I will mention that, of course, this is BF and non-BF. You get both pins included in there as well. I didn't mention that there, but you do get both pins in there. So there it's, you can see the air hole. Looks from a distance, you go, oh, Jesus, that's a lot of air hole, but it's not. You've got, like I say, you've got that internal peak disc inside, internal peak cap sort of thing inside, and it's narrowing the air holes right down there, like right down. And I think I'm certainly dead interested. To see what Vapes looks stylish. I think I like the style. It's fairly simple. It's something a bit different. It's something a bit new. Fluid have been great in the past with their mods. I wish them all the best with this new.
Let's see what they got.
Yeah, looks all right to me.
Yeah. So look forward to seeing that. Look forward to seeing that. And my last little bit of news is a bit of an update on last week. So Rock Mods, I mentioned, have been authorised to do Hellfire tips, which is a cracking thing for Ryan. Authorised to do Hellfire tips, and they kind of went live earlier in the week, and we've got a few to show you. So there is, I mentioned last week, there is three versions available. There's a mid, a wide, and a mouth to lung, or a narrow. I've got the actual diameter, the actual sizes for you. So the wide bore, the big boy. Oh, back one. That's there. It's there. There's the wide bore there. That's a 15.6 diameter, 5 milli in height with an 8.6 milli bore. It's too big for me. That like. But some people will love it. The standard is 12 milli diameter, 6 milli height, with a 5.25 milli bore, and then the little mouth to lung jobby. That's not quite yet. The little mouth to lung jobby is 10 milli diameter, 7 milli height, and a 4 milli bore. So that's a proper. This is something which. So this is not them. Oh, by the way, they're a tenner. They're just a tenner each. Which is. If you ever bought a Hellfire tip, you don't pay a tenner for a Hellfire tip.
No.
Anyway, I don't know what's going on there with all these little things. This is something which is a real possibility. This is remind us what this actually is called.
I don't know.
You do know. Why haven't I wrote this down? This is that cheap battery that's kicking about.
I don't.
The mouth to lung one, you do. It's the one.
Berserker.
It's the Berserker. That's exactly what it is. Of course, it is. Berserker. Right. So he's looking at doing tips for the Berserker.
We don't talk about the Berserker.
It's not set in stone. I know, but this is.
Talk about. I'm not upset with Vandy Bay.
This is talking about Rock Mods rather than talking about Vandy Vape, because. This is obviously Ryan's here, and he's bead blasting. You know, he does bead blasting on the side if you want something bead blasting, and it's a real kind of weird looking atty. Is the old Berserker with all of them extra bits on. However, He's not back. No, thank you very much. He's bead blasted one here. He's made his own kind of insert and tip on there, and a beauty ring, and it makes a massive difference to it. I think
I kind of yeah, okay.
Like, so it's barely recognisable, isn't it? It's barely recognisable. I couldn't remember the name, and I couldn't, and like I say, it's barely recognisable.
Yeah, no, I to be totally honest, it's tall, isn't it?
It is. It's really, really tall with that 2-part drip tip. But this here with the insert and the regular drip tip, and I suspect if you ask him, you would have a smaller drip tip than that if you wanted. You would have a proper little stubby if you really wanted, making that a teeny tiny little laddie.
Right.
And that's me news this week.
I think we're going to go to Brad. We're going to Bad Brad. He hasn't turned his mic on, so it'll take a while. Hey!
Goddamn time I do that. You'd think, having started in what, December? It's now fucking June or what?
I thought we were going to get like Channel 4 signing.
Yeah, it's May. I should have figured this shit out by now. But yeah, my news is actually carries on from John's almost. And it goes back a little bit. News John spoke about last year already, which was reports on the share price in Big Tobacco and how their share price has been affected over time. I come from a history in the finance industry. Follow a blog, online video thing.
It used to be a great low yield investment, didn't it? You know, like pension. There's so many pension people have got in trouble for investing in tobacco because it's a good little low yield. You know,
and it was always safe money.
Yeah, could quite possibly be a higher yield investment in the future with them getting into vaping.
Well, they don't actually go so far as to say that, because at the moment they're just reporting on the terrible performance and how most of them have actually had a negative yield over the last 12 months.
Yeah.
A few of them have held on to the 1-2%. And last year, all the news was about the growth in the industry.
It was trying to make that point when I was reading that news article earlier. When you're looking at 1.3% from Imperial and Blow, what you see as positive is actually massively negative, because 1.3% over a year it's not even worth anything. It's a minus.
Yeah, so it's below inflation, so it's still a negative growth.
So that's what I was trying to say, is that right now they're still on the back foot.
Yeah.
Byco have made no.
For last year, all of their forecasts for growth was around mergers with other big tobacco companies, resulting in a larger net worth. That's now fallen through. Some of them did happen, but it still ended up having a negative effect on the company because their sales have been so drastically affected by vaping that their growth for the next year, 2 years is not coming from tobacco anymore. Their growth is going to come from vaping because they're injecting cash into it. And they're going to go out in the next 12 to 18 months and buy up vaping companies left, right, and center. You look at American companies like Juul, they've had an 800% share price growth in 12 months. 800%, sorry, not 12 months, in 24 months. Mm-hmm. It's unheard of. The tobacco companies are shitting themselves.
But they've got in America, they've got a hell of an issue, which is being funded by Big Tobacco, which is the flavor ban.
I think as more of them start buying into vaping, and once they get their hands on these companies, we'll see a flip on that as well, which will allow them to broaden their.
I'm happy to go through this as a prediction to say that they are going to get something similar to the TPD or TPDR, which was anyone with fucking brain can see that what the TPD was supposed to do was the TPD or the TPDR was supposed to do was give the reins to Big Tobacco. Not whether some people knew and some people didn't, but it's very obvious with the non-leaking tank thing that was dismissed from the TPDR, but was in the original TPD legislation. That was Big Tobacco, because they knew that we couldn't do that, because the exchange of air for liquid is how the fucking system works. The only way you could do that is with a pod. They knew that. The 2 mil is Big Tobacco. It was trying to even the odds, but what they didn't see coming, which always makes me laugh as a British person, is they so many times companies forget what bloody minded arseholes the British are, and it's been a fucking joy to watch things like Shortville and things like Simon's idea with Just Add Nick are nothing if not a really awesome. What are the rules? What are they? No, and that is exactly the rules. Yep.
You
are you going to change them? No. Cool. There's no nicotine in this. What? There's no nicotine in this. It's in this. Okay, I'm going to put that in there. Is that illegal? No. Okay then. Cool. All right. Yeah, no worries.
Exactly. You race the rule book. You don't. You fight the system by.
Yeah, but I think the Americans are in for it, because they'll have seen what we've done, and we already know that 0 milligram nicotine, 0 milligram liquid is going to be a tobacco product. We know that batteries are a tobacco product, so that's done.
Yeah, I still think at the end of the day they're going to end up with, if they end up with a growth over the next 12, 18 months. They're going to fall short in 24 and 36 months, because, like you've said repeatedly, they cannot evolve as fast as...
No fucking way. It's the cottage industry, and it's why we get so animated when we talk about this on the show. When somebody's giving you the fucking rules, work within the fucking rules and innovate and carry on. James, obviously being our sort of squonk man on the floor, squonking has grown massively since the TPD, absolutely massively, which is another thing of, okay, that's the rules. Is that a tank? No.
It definitely helped. Definitely helped squonking that rule.
Absolutely, massively did. It helps. We now in the UK, which I see as nothing but absolutely fucking astonishing. Currently in the UK, we're selling US liquids at lower prices than pre-TPD.
Yeah.
Because of the workaround. It's not a workaround. Because of following the fucking rules they put down and they weren't expecting to see. It's currently absolutely the margins are closer. There's no way to do that. But that doesn't make any difference, because you can work within the rules and you can do almost a free trade agreement with suppliers, and you can get liquid to people for less than they were fucking paying previous to the draconian bullshit. And I think there's nothing more British than a middle finger to the rules. So I think that's absolutely fantastic.
I think we got to touch on how our laws, we have these ridiculous rules that come in and we work with them, but the Americans aren't enjoying that sort of liberty.
Absolutely, they're not.
I think they're the land of the free, but where somebody can turn around and say that a food flavouring or a battery is a tobacco product, it's not. It wouldn't go down over here, would it? It wouldn't.
But have we
revolt?
Have we almost led the way to show people how to shut down? Because the legislation wasn't in. I don't know if we've partly led the way.
But it's almost more corrupt, is what I'm saying.
I completely agree. Yeah.
More corrupt and so obviously not fair and decent and honest. But everything has been pretty much, hasn't it, with us?
Yeah.
And that's just the way it is here. But it doesn't seem to be that way in the States.
I think there's certainly a feeling in the UK that that politicians work for you.
Yeah.
Definitely more than they do over there. Oh yeah, it's all backhanders and corruption over there.
If you something that's happened, in the breaking news currently in the US is Trump's lawyers payments from Big Pharma. If that happened in the UK, I mean, the first sniff of that.
Yeah, but that's the system in America. It's
absolutely,
it is backhanders, but it's not corruption because their system is based on backhanders.
Yeah, it's legal,
legitimized and legalized backhanders.
When they declare their earnings for the year and widely publicly available, they're full of 250 grand from the NRA, 250 grand from Big Tobacco, and it's no secret, and it's no scandal or anything like that. They pay a lot of money to get into that position, and then they clean up when they get there.
Yeah, it's just the system. Really. They're just donations.
But to go public, to go a little bit, I know we kind of politics, go a bit politics now. There's been an argument for a long time in the UK for, this is going to be really dodgy, but I don't really care, for paying MPs properly, because there is a there's this thing that we have where you should really do this as well. Go and check how much your local MP gets paid, because most of the time you'll be shocked at how little it is. And then they get paid for doing other stuff on the side. The reason they're doing the other stuff on the side is because they couldn't possibly live at the life they fucking do, getting paid what they do as an MP. If we paid them properly, they probably would take more fucking notice and go to less stupid cucumber lunches.
Not in the House of Commons quite so often.
Yeah, it's true. But if you pay them properly, honestly, their actual wages, you wouldn't think of the expenses. You wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do it. It was the expense scandal, when they were like, "Oh my god, he did that," and you thought, really, look into it. He's not doing that. A lot of them did it because they're arseholes, but some of them did it because they wouldn't be able to feed their fucking family if they weren't bending their expenses.
They'd be going to food banks.
Right,
not quite that though, but it is. Yeah, but a professional in the public eye doing this stuff should be well paid. Should be.
Yeah, and then push that out to the US.
And it isn't that big an expense when you've got how many MPs are there? 350, is it, something like that?
Yeah, it's not huge. It's
421, is it? Well,
it's not that many that you couldn't double their wages, so they're well paid and aren't tempted to.
Yeah, there's a balancing act because you don't want deliberately career politicians.
There always will be, though. That's why I think it's brilliant that there's not going to be any MEPs soon.
But
that's the biggest career thing, isn't it, for politicians going over?
But you're spot on. You are spot on. They should be paid well if we want to attract the best possible.
It's like bankers as well, though, isn't it? It's bankers bonuses. They should be well paid. They're the best at what they do. They make investments and make money.
Far more deserving than a footballer.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
Totally agree. Anyway, we've gone right down the political rabbit hole.
I think we're done with.
We've got the perfect thing to bring it back in.
Yes, Brad, you got the perfect thing.
So,
I do.
Yeah, it's your next thing. I can see it. You can.
What the fuck is my next thing?
Battery charger.
Oh.
Come on, Brad.
I forgot about that so much that I haven't thought about how to do it. But I've got 2 battery chargers, which I was supposed to give away last week while Mooch was on the show, but we got sidetracked. So if anyone needs battery chargers or would like a spare battery charger for their office or their home or their something or other, anyone got any ideas how we do this? Do we do it in chat or we do it in the group?
So we do it in the group and then it's easy. You can just pick it up.
Yeah, in the group.
Yeah, so when the show's over, I'll put a thread in the group and I'll come up with a way to give them away.
Perfect.
Free stuff.
Yay. We're covering all the bases with this show. Chat integration, free stuff, ethics.
Remember to like and subscribe.
James, I think we're going to you for.
Things that remind you of vaping, but they aren't really vaping at all.
Like lightning, he's got more than ever before.
Yeah, this week is crazy with the amount of Triumph Baton. I was speaking to Paul Iverson a little bit earlier in the group, and whoa there.
Yeah, we don't need to.
And anyway, and we kind of seeing just how popular it kind of become. I expected maybe there's a couple of weeks of Triumph Baton Wars when we first, and just for anybody, I mean, I know the theme tune says it all, but any new viewers just tuning in tonight, if you're a new viewer, Triumph Baton War, it's a thing that reminds you of vaping, but it's not really actually vaping at all. Just for those who are just tuning in, just new viewers. Yeah, it's big crazy. We've got more than 50. Right. And it's kind of
I honestly don't think 50 need a run in. Are you ready?
Really? Are you sure?
Yeah.
We've got like
it's got to be a speeder. It's got to be a speed drive for Tarbar, isn't it?
It's speedy.
All right, come on. Let's get them. Okay, this is the first one.
Wait, I keep fucking up the button press. Right, go.
Okay, this is not the first one on my list, but this is Alex Brewer. This was on the 4th of May. This was on May the 4th. Be with you. This is a Star Wars based Triumph Baton Wars. You've got a big one.
Nothing like anything at all.
Looks like a Vamo a bit.
But
bit like a Vamo.
A little bit of leeway. It was Star Wars, dear. Okay, next one.
What the fuck is that?
It's a sound wave.
This is an audio based one. This is from Aidan Linnean. Can you play that?
Is he saying this is like the wave that you can put on your DNAs and
Here we go.
Hit it again.
Try again. It goes.
I've just worked it out. One more time.
Okay.
That doesn't remind me of vaping at all.
It says
iOS and Android.
There we go.
Android. iOS and Android. It was
iOS and Android.
That was good. Right, next. That's just like too long. A fifth of that. Go.
This is from Bessie. That's Mark Todd.
That's how to Google words. What you want to do, by the way, if you want one, just type in Mark Todd on Google, then just press images and then just post that. That is fuck all to do with anything.
It's a famous jockey. It's a saver. We had a few savers. Look, it's a natural cloves.
I wouldn't want to vape that flavour.
But look, flavour to saver. Ooh,
I like it.
It's a catchy tagline, though. This one. This is from Bob. This is from War Bob.
They do look like top
That's good. That's good. They look like asses. They do.
Yeah, he comes up with some, does Bob. Next one. Next one's good. This is the next one's from Bob again.
Planet 105.
Planet, but it looks like don't say Planet 105. It's Planet iOS, Rick. Look at that one. It's Planet.
Okay. Give him that.
And we had a couple of them. Lovely. Oh, this one is from Bradley Morris. Look, that's an uppy downy in a lift, but it looks like Vicious Ant. It reminded him of you when he saw it.
Didn't. I couldn't work out what the fuck he was on about.
Vicious Ant. It's the Vicious Ant logo.
There's a few people. There's another VA. There's a vaping architect as well.
Right.
States that uses that sort of logo. So there's another VA as well, apparently.
Next one's from Bryn. Look at this one. This one is beautiful.
Yeah.
This is the Robesto logo just in the middle of a.
It is. Yeah.
That's good.
That's good. I like it. I like it a lot. Chris Kenyon.
I said Google Todd and then just press images.
Todd.
Let's Google
it. You don't look too well there.
Next one.
That actually doesn't run.
You know where it is? It's that shed. It's really
that's a good one. That's a good one.
I'll give you that. Colin Albans.
Is that a bong, though?
I'm not entirely sure what kind of.
It does look like a bong.
It does a little bit. It's a little bit bongy. I don't think it is. Though. But it certainly looks like some sort of German atomizer. It's good. I like it a lot. Next one. This is from Colin Durant. You got some shower gel. It's 100 milligram. Oh, that's a bit too strong for me. Next one. We're going to rock through them. David Humphreys. This one. No.
I hate these so much.
No. We don't need these now. We need
wordplay. It kills me.
No, we don't need these. These should be at the end. No. Why we got these? Should all be at the end. No. We don't want these now. These should be at the end, Rich.
Yeah, I haven't read that bit of the script.
No, there's no script. They're all in alphabetical order.
Stop.
You're breaking it, Rich. Stop! No, why are these in this order? No.
I think we're having the pudding in the middle of the main course.
Oh, you're just slopping some spotted dick in the middle of me pie. Here we go. This is a little. This is Dave. What is going on here? This is Pete Nixon.
Nut cheese.
Nut cheese. Kashita.
It's that bullshit vegan cheese, isn't it?
Kashit.
Here we go. We're back on track. This is David Humphreys.
I'll give you that.
It says Glisserman. It's a track by Bush maybe. Next one should be Frank. Lovely.
It is.
It's a cotton punch.
Is that a thing that reminds you of vaping? Because that is actually what we used to use.
Yeah. But it's not an actual cotton punch. It's what people used to use instead of a cotton punch. He saw it. It reminded him of vaping. He took a picture. He sent it in. Next one should be Herbie. That's different order, but
it sort of looks like there's a 510 on the box there with a switch.
It kind of does. It kind of
a light switch.
Next one should be Herbie again. Maybe yes, excellent. It's Chris Golf Course with a giant coil in the middle of
that one. I have. That's the coil.
Definitely is, isn't it? Definitely is. Next one, Ian Clark. Hopefully, Mavis. Is it Ian Clark? It's not. It is. It is Ian Clark.
I like that.
Also spinning top.
Do you know what? It reminded me of a Vapeware Mods. Vapeware Mods deck is what I was thinking.
It does need, and also that craze where people who liked vaping also liked spinning tops. Apparently, for some reason,
it was. Yeah,
at some point.
It looks like a 510 to me with the bottom of the connection of a mech squonker with the pin or that bit on the right.
Oh, see, I think Jenny without the mesh on it.
Yeah, the Jenny on the left, but on the right, that's definitely a positive pin on a 510.
Jenny, next one.
Jenny, that's how you got to say it. Ian, but that doesn't count.
I didn't get this one.
Still don't get this one.
iOS. It's
that's what it was.
It's not quite as good as Bob's. Bob's font was a little more iOS-y.
I mean, come on.
Next one. Oh, Infinium. It's not Infinium. It's Infinium. Apparently, Infinium, Herbie's company. Apparently, if you try to Google Infinium, Google will say, "Did you mean Infinium?" Probably in that voice. Probably. So remind them of vaping. Next one.
It's good.
K-Fun Light.
K-Fun Light.
Yeah.
This is that was a proper one. That was a hand-taken photo as well. It was somebody's brother's uncle's car.
And new big bundles. Was that?
Bundle. That was it. It was just somebody. It was a bundle.
No.
Next one.
No.
Oh, come on,
no.
bundles.
Count.
It was his first one, bless her. It was G's first one.
That has got to be someone involved.
That's got to be Dale. That's got to be Dale from TYV's car.
Well, it was Jimmy Parker who sent it in. The man who shares the T-shirt with John. It's in there. It reminded him of vaping. He was at a vaping event. Lots of things probably remind him of vaping. Next one, John Freep. Complaining about the quality of the Ideal Home Show lately. He said there was hardly any swearing and very little vaping talk.
Phil Spencer, is that Phil Spencer?
Looks like it.
Must be, eh?
Lovely. Next one, John Hudson.
Give you that.
Is it actually a word? Is it vapory or vapory?
I think it's vapory, I would say, probably.
I like that one.
Me too.
Yeah,
that's good.
Lovely.
When we set it up, that was sort of the intention. I use the word "we" loosely.
The royal we.
Who should it be next, James?
Keith Jones. If you're in alphabeticals.
I think Keith Jones and Atty today don't live far away.
Todd's old shed.
Such as that Todd's old shed. I should have altered the. Can you zoom in, Rich, on the window. But there's a couple of things to zoom in on. There's a couple of things which are a little bit. That's it, lovely. You can see in the window.
It's a train, isn't it?
It's a smoking shed, which is the opposite. But if you go down and to the right a little bit, look at that big blue. That's almost like an empty.
Oh yeah, could be an empty squonker.
An empty squonker, yeah, almost.
That's a section of an old.
That's a goods carriage or something.
Yeah.
Right. It's an old train wagon.
Next one, Moxkey.
What's Moxkey got?
But Moxkey was actually watching some sort of
that horse has only got 2 legs. It's got cut off legs.
Yeah, it would be.
2 legs. 2 legs, just like the coil. The coil's only got 2 legs.
Oh, it's a doubler. Look, the legs have got.
Next one.
Mark Todd said the blue thing is a fish box, and he would know because he used to be a trawlerman.
Oh.
This is Patrick Cole.
No. Next.
Who was that one?
That's Matt's first as well. We've got some trying for Darvar cherries pop tonight, man. Next one.
I would consider you still a virgin.
Oh, this one. Oh, Rachel from Matt English.
Tips. Fuck off. Next.
No. But look at the time. Look at the time, John. Look at the time.
17:10.
5:10.
It's a 5:10. It's a 5:10.
Oh, no. It's worse than I thought. Tips sucked. Fucking 17:10. No.
Oh, next one. This is this is from Matt again.
Flavor Flav. That's Flavor Flav.
Flav Tank.
Flav Tank, yeah. Remind him of it. But next one, it should be from Mick Blizzard. Oh, no, we've got another one from Matt. This is...
I like that. That counts. Velocity counts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Who should the next one be from?
It should be from Mick Blizzard.
Hey.
Somebody recognised this dude, but it
looks like James Seaward.
It does not.
A little bit.
No.
You're mean. I feel bad.
How many have you had?
Oh, look, he's got a lot of mods on the top. Is that what
he's a guitar? Absolutely. But he's got, if you look in the top corner, he's got what I presume they're all guitar-y pedals or some chisel.
Yeah, because they use it.
But what's he got in his hand as well?
I don't know.
Oh no,
nothing at all. Nothing at all.
They use project boxes, don't they? Like we do for the.
They do. Yeah, that's what the Hammond boxes are used. They're stomp boxes.
Yeah, that's what those are.
Hmm.
I love that. That's good.
That does look a little bit like James. If you close your eyes a little.
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna clip that bit and send it to him just for you.
I didn't get this one.
Me neither. It's from Nigel Moxon.
Nigel, he put cereal in the box.
Cereal milk.
Why is he putting his? Oh, it's a series. Cereal.
No. I love you, Nigel. That's bullshit.
I don't know. Next one.
I didn't know Nigel didn't watch the show.
Hey, I like that. That works. Double denim.
From Ollie. I don't really get that one. Let's just move on.
Double denim. Look.
That's more like catchphrase than.
It is.
Just because I was coming on the show, I've double denimed up tonight, just for James.
Lovely job.
I don't think anyone would get this. Oh, not many. I know what it. I
this is Paula, isn't it? I didn't get this one either.
It's a limited market.
It's a John Freight reference. Isn't it?
It is.
His the picture, his profile picture used to be a moon. That's why.
As indeed was many people's for a short while. We all adopted the moment for a wee while.
Yeah.
Paul Hughes. Apparently this is a Banksy, but it reminded him of Vapeman because look, it's got Vapeman.
It looks like Vapeman. I'll give you that.
Yeah, good. Like it. Next one. We're moving into the Pete Nixon fears.
5 head.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. He's got a big head.
Next one. Pico.
There you go.
This one he actually snapped himself. He saw it and it reminded him of him. Took a pic. He sent it in. It's on the show. Next one.
Who should it be, James?
Still Pete. We've got a few from Pete. We've already had Saver.
Well, I can't wait to see the next one. Here we go.
Oh,
was thing. Yeah, I could really weird. Whatever.
Looks a bit like Duncan Banner type.
Yeah, I was about to say the exact same thing.
What?
It was a John Martin alike. It was a John Martin alike. I don't know what Pete was looking at to see this, but it was. It reminded him of John and John vapes. And
it reminded him of
this is from Rick. This is one of our very own. This is from Rick.
I was laying in bed at the hotel and I saw that, and it doesn't look so clear now. But there's a perfect size sort of modern Atty tube there.
Yeah,
holding the lamp up.
The pay-per-view porn had run out, and he's like, "What am I going to do? Triumph Guitar Bar." All right.
Yeah, because from Steve Berry, this is Limelight Theatre School, obviously Limelight.
But weirdly, that's the other way round, isn't it? I saw that, but Limelight got their name from Limelight, which is a film on a lens of a theatre light, isn't it?
Let's not go into that. It reminds them of Vietnam. That's all we need to know.
Limelight reminded, things that remind you of theatres that aren't really theatres still. A coil, yes.
We're back on track. This was Tom Beatty. He was watching a Thrasher video with skateboarding and stuff. There's a couple of them. I just picked the best one. Next one. This is Tom Beatty again.
That's a good one.
Temperature control. People come round your house and turn your radiators up, I suppose. I don't know. Open your window. It's too warm in here. Open your window. There you are.
No.
Control. 50 quid, please.
It's not how it works, but there we go.
Next one, Trev Larkin. This is Shea Blythe.
I really
remind him of Vaping.
Go, next
one.
I'm too busy doing that Zoomy thing.
Okay, we're into the real dregs.
I won't say halfway. This better be way past halfway. My finger's on fire.
We're nearly done. We're into the disease. Next one. Okay, this is not Triumph Guitar Bar.
Oh no!
This is because Triumph Guitar Bar. It's a monster. It's an animal. It's grown. It's an organic thing. And what we've got now, I think it reminds you of Triumph Guitar Bar. So what this is a Triumph Guitar Bar. It's a bar in Qatar. It's a Triumph Guitar Bar. Next one. That was from Andy Wilson.
Yeah, who's this one from?
This is the Triumph Black Lava. It's a Triumph. It's Black Lava. It's a Black Lava. It's a Triumph Black Lava. Next one. This is
the Black Larder.
This is a Black Larder. This is the Triumph Black Larder. Okay, that's from Bob. Next one. This is a Triumph Dove Bar. I don't know. That's from Craig Mayhew. That fellow, what's it called? This is a Triumph guitar. This is a Triumph Guitar Bar.
Hold tight. This one's tricky.
I can't remember what.
Red Larder.
No, it's not a larder.
Triumph Red Larder.
No, it's not a larder. I can't remember what the car is. I can't remember what the car is.
Like a larder.
It's a larder. It is, isn't it?
We'll see it. We'll see a Triumph Red Larder. This is Try a Banana.
Hold on. I'm dying here.
We've got Try a Baklava. Try a Baklava. And we've got that. Next one is.
This one is a Triumph Baklava.
Try a balaclava. Try a balaclava.
This is
the last
going to be in
one,
the quiz section of the Times at this rate.
The last one it should be a video.
Yeah. Do we need sound?
We don't think we need sound, no.
Right. Stand by your beds then.
Oh, this thing! I saw that. That's awful.
And that's a man with guitar in Brava. And that is this week's things that remind you of vaping but aren't really vaping at all.
Oh my holy!
I hope you enjoyed it. 50 odd there, all named, all uploaded. It takes up a lot of my time. I'm not complaining.
I've got RSI.
Don't worry, I'll do it next week.
Is anyone still? You're watching the Ideal Home Show.
They're not. They tuned out 20 minutes.
I'm waiting for that, Chisel.
Andy Wilson. Encore. Shut up.
They're saying the car's a Yugo or a Zastava.
That's what it is. This is Zastava.
Zastava.
Red Ladder.
I didn't even know that game existed. And now it's all I can think about.
It's the evolution of Drive the Tava.
It's almost like a quiz show you'd see on ITV. Where you've got to like buzz and say what it is.
There has been a lot of buzz actually about Drive the Tava. Many people. I'm thinking about making a radio show. I'm not sure how it's going to work, but there is a podcast.
Each picture. Rick, have you got a modders gallery?
No.
I
have got some mods to show, but I haven't done anything. I only just came in and sat down and came on.
Save them, because if you could roll the music anyway, Rick. I don't know if
I can't roll it. Oh, okay, yeah, I can.
I have, during tonight's show, this is a very interactive thing. During tonight's show, I have actually been having my custom mods mod died.
Oh.
This has been going on through the show. I've been a little bit distracted by it, I'll admit. But the dying process means that you sort of have to, keep saying darker, or, stop, and so this is what I've been doing. And so this is the custom mods, guys. Using ModMaker parts, we should add, from modmaker.co.uk. They've been working on my very own custom mods.
Lovely, very nice. Does a good job, Stephen. He's actually got a new machine, so this is 3D printed, but he's going to be CNCing mods.
Yeah, they're really tooling up. They're really
they got a 5-axis machine in.
They're getting better and better. But yeah, and you can have your own thing on it. So I decided to go with my name. Yes,
you won't lose it, will you? Put it down. There you go. That's mine. Put my name on it.
And so very excited, especially that colour there. I'm very excited to see that in the flesh. But that's what's been going on.
That was a very good little. I like that a lot. I like it. That's good.
Yeah.
Final thing. Do we have a troll of the week?
We do.
I could do a live mod show. I could do a live mod showcase if you like.
Do it.
Straight off the Facebook group, should I say?
Yeah, do it, Rick.
Just screen share the Facebook group, and I'll show you the one. There's definitely one I was going to show because it's very special. Let's go straight to it, shall we? I'm going to scroll down.
What's that? The group on the left? Asian hookers with one leg. What's?
Well, we got this one first. Actually, Herbie's made a really good one this week.
Oh, I like that. I did like Homer.
I really like the fact he's got the cutout going around the outline of Homer's face.
Me too. And
yeah, it's great. It's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's just quickly show a couple of those pictures. Tidy inside, as always. What you'd expect. And that's really good. I think he did a sort of raffle on that one, I think. But I've got another one. There's one that stands out for me this week. It's this. James Hall.
Oh, I loved it. Really
Look at this thing. Can I full screen there? Let's full screen. Look at this thing. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
It can squonk. It can be a normal one. You can unscrew the squonky bit and you can put a cap on it. So you can put any Atty on it.
I think when I saw it, I just thought, do you know what? That's just really good fun.
That's proper steampunk mod, isn't it?
Yeah.
Without
rather than just bits of cogs stuck on the side and going, it's steampunk. Yeah. And then cogs don't fit together. They're not even touching.
Don't anything, do they? No. Well, look, he's got a little video here of him pulling it. Look, got a little switch on the top there. Pushes the switch fit. And then you don't want to, you don't feel like squonking. You feel like hitting just your normal dripper. So you pull that out there, look, and you screw this part back on there. It's brilliant. I like it very, very much. I want a mod. I want it. I want to X1 it.
Proper X.
But no, it's just brilliant, isn't it? It's actually very functional as well, I think.
I like that. I like it a lot.
Yeah, that's James Hall. He made that one, and I think that's pretty blooming brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely spot on. I didn't realise it was a Switch Feta. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, so that's there you go. There's all the bits he fiddled about with to make it work.
Incredible bit of kit that is.
Yeah, there we go. That's what it was to start with. Chopped it up, stuck it.
That's a bellows, isn't it?
I think it's sort of a pump of some sort. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a bellows.
Yeah. So yeah, that's great. That's outstanding modding, in my opinion. That's great.
That's art.
Love to see that.
Yeah,
it is.
I know that's thrown around, but that is art.
That is, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, okay. How do I stop then?
Can't. You just got to live there.
Yeah, it's there forever now.
I can't stop sharing.
Oh,
there we go. There we go.
Lovely, lovely, lovely.
Now I'm presenting me. There we go. Yeah, great.
No, stop that. Stop that.
No, I don't want to keep presenting to everyone. Oh. That was Mod Showcase of the week. Cobbled together, but it's still a thing. And if you want to see more, you saw that website that you saw was this little Facebook, this little website called Facebook.com. It's great. There's groups and all sorts of things you can look at on there.
I read a thing about it. It might catch on.
Yeah, I think it might catch on.
Right.
No, let me turn the music off.
Nah, leave it on forever. Driving mad. I think that's it, isn't it?
No, it's a jam-packed show. We're gonna have to do a troll of the week now.
Oh yes, sorry.
Just two very quick ones. If someone can present me.
Yeah. Hold on. Done.
Nobody read ahead. Okay. This was sent to me. Oh my goodness, and I've totally forgotten who sent it. Do you know the amount of messages I'm getting at the moment as well? Okay. The police services in Northern Ireland say a 30-year-old woman is in critical condition but stable condition with a serious head injury after she was attacked with a drill in Strabane. And a 17-year-old male is being questioned. And obviously, we sympathise with the lady. We hope she makes a speedy recovery. But Sean Millwall was quick to say, walking along, minding your own business, and the next thing you know, bosh. which is also art. Actually.
Awful, but very funny. I like it.
Yeah.
Well done, Sean Millwall.
Yeah,
very good, very good, very good.
69. Congrats on that one. And this one is one from my very own collection. This is a book available in all good shops as well. For some reason, I don't know if I'll ever know why, because I did watch the video back to check. But now Kyak 04.
Yes. Fucking hell. Don't ever mispronounce that word ever again.
Now Kyak. Now Kyak 04. So say Polish, motherfucker. Fucking idiot.
Motherfucker.
I just said Polish as requested.
You're all about the giving.
What was he on about?
I ask, you will give.
How do you spell Polish?
With a capital P normally.
I know, but Naukiak might not. I mean, he says motherfucker. He might not be one for capitalization.
Honestly, though, there was no link there because it wasn't a Polish product. It was not designed in Poland. It was.
He obviously wanted you to say Polish.
Did you hear about that years ago when the founder of Apple, who sadly passed away, kept coming? He kept catching a plane over here to steal all the pledge in Tesco's. Bloody Jobs coming over here, stealing all that polish.
Oh,
We're Slurpee Burpfast is not impressed with my pronunciation of Strabane. Samko keeps saying Strabane. To be honest, in terms of pronunciation, was it Northern Ireland? If they don't pronounce it Strabane, they're pronouncing it wrong, not me, because that's exactly how. That's kind of how it works. Because again, I do have a book in the shops, How to Pronounce Everything. It's available in all good bookshops, but that is in there, and Strabane.
Can you do a 2-for-1 with how to make a salad?
Depending on which retailer you go to, you can You can get 2 for 3. So
2 for 3. So two salads and
you pay for 3, but you get 2.
We're going to have to talk about Expo because we missed it, and Matt Inglis quite rightly pointed it out. Expo. I know. We've got to do it because it was last week. Huh?
I'll have to have another can then.
Okay. So I'll do my experience of Expo, and then Rick and Rich will have to do the same. So I kind of finished midday Friday, and me and Mike Dacre gunned it up to Birmingham, and went into the show, which is absolutely massive, as it always is, and met everyone in the bar. I think everyone was in the bar. Oh, met a strange Australian fellow who looks like Pugwall. It's all right. And then we all went round Chris Scott's house for a barbecue, which was good. Richard couldn't make it; he was at an awards do. But we went to Chris Scott's. Chris Scott fucking knocks a barbecue out of the fucking park. It's brilliant. This is like listening to someone explaining their dream. Went home, went back to the hotel, had a sleep, got up, went back to Expo, went down the bar. Basically, had a really, really fantastic time. It was absolutely excellent. To be totally honest, I probably did a wank job of walking around. I didn't see anything in the show. I went straight to. I went to Bandwagon Liquids and went to go and see Phil. From there, I went to go and see Gary at the IBVTA stand. And then I went to the bar, and then I went to the bar outside. I saw fuck all of what was in there. That was what I did.
That's the best part of expos, is not actually seeing it and just going to the pub.
No, and I had a great time. And we took over a massive bit of the pub outside. With Omis, and it was absolutely brilliant. All the Omis sitting in the sun, drinking beer, talking bullshit. It was.
I think, in my opinion, I think it was my favourite expo that I've been to this time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I mean, I think the weather. I think the weather made it more than anything, because it was warm. It was lovely. We were sitting outside all the time. Not all the time. I was inside a bit, actually. I went around it a bit more than you.
Yeah, I think you did, mate. That wasn't a challenge. If you'd have had a piss, you'd have probably done better than me.
Well, no, it's great. Yeah, Chris Scott. Yeah, big thanks to Chris Scott for inviting us over. I think there were about 15 of us. About 15 of us went to his house. He had he did something I've never done before with a barbecue, and it's a surprise. No, more people don't do it. But we should explain. He got a lump of beef. He made his own breads for a start. He made these flatbreads. They were lovely, fresh. He was warming them up on the barbecue, and he had a big lump of beef, and he was cooking it on 4 sides and cutting it off, putting it in the meat, and then carried on cooking it like a kebab, like you would a kebab piece of meat.
It was delightful. Lovely bit of belly pork, some sausages, kebab. Oh, it was good.
It was great. Yeah. But no, it's great. Good to meet Bogan. So
yeah,
I went and saw a new board I'm going to stock when it's available. I went and saw Yeehee because they were there this year, and they've got the SX485J board, which is a colour screen board, probably a rival to the DNA 75C, I'd say.
Ooh.
But up to 100 watts.
Very nice.
With the right battery, of course. So yeah, it's good to see them. Who else did I see? When I saw Rig Mods, because they're bringing out Squonker. I
did go and see Big Tom. And,
I saw Tom as well. Yeah,
briefly.
Yeah, only briefly saw Tom and Paul. But no, it's just quite. I thoroughly enjoyed. I thoroughly enjoyed Expo this year. I think it's because of the weather. But we like John said, we took over a large lump of the outside of Wetherspoons, and basically go in for a bit, come out as people there. It was a good beery, sunny time, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like 25, 30 of us outside, and I thought it was really good fun.
Yeah, it was really nice. Yeah, good to catch up with all the usual faces and meet a few new as well. And also got to say, big, massive congratulations to Dean.
Yes, I was leaving that open, but I'll let you say it because
he got an award. Richard was there when he got the award on the Friday night at the banquet thingy, the award dinner, and he got a bit of a funny award, Vapor of the Year, but he got an award, so I think that's brilliant.
And the other thing is, I sat and chat. I had a chat with Dean on Saturday. He looks fucking brilliant as well.
He puts a brave face on it.
No, he looks really, really well.
Oh, he's lost some weight.
He looks. I was so happy to see Dean looking really well.
Yeah,
and he gave me a beard, which I put on the dog, so that was good.
Yeah, we love Dean. We've got to get Dean on here at some point, I reckon. Yeah, miss Dean. You don't get to see Dean enough. He's so busy talking, meeting everybody now. He said, I don't get a chance to do much. It's a bit like work now, going to these things for him.
Richard, how was your expo?
I had a great time. I think it was a very good expo. I thought they are improving year on year in terms of their understanding of how to do it. I thought the layout was superb this time.
To be honest, I thought the music was less intrusive this time.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a happy coincidence or
I don't know, but the bar was actually fairly chilled out.
It was way less intrusive, definitely.
Yeah.
But I don't know exactly why that was. If that was down to them, then hats off. The weather was amazing. Saturday night, Rick just relaxing on that balcony.
Yeah, it's great when it a bit of live music in the bar there.
Oh yeah, it was really, really lovely. And and thank you to Vape Round for having me at the Vape Round Awards. That was an eye opener. Congratulations to Dean on his award. That was well deserved and a really nice touch. Actually, he had absolutely no idea. No one had any idea. And it was a really nice touch.
It's good to see. Dean works so hard. He really does. I don't think anybody works harder than Dean in reviewing, to be honest. At the moment,
it's nice to see the industry recognise a reviewer.
We should also mention that Dean was there. Not one of the reasons Dean was there is he's bringing out a mod.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We'll cover that properly next week.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Because I think it's getting close to launch.
Try and get Dean on for that. I think.
Yeah, that'd be very nice. But yeah, congrats to him. Well deserved. Really nice to see the industry recognise a reviewer because, especially in the UK, there's a bit of a separation between the industry and the review scene. It was. I had a good time. I saw Vic Mullin vaping with Vic's review of the expo, and I do strongly agree with him that Expo need to go out of their way to not clash with Hall of Vape.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I think it was really sad to not see certain faces there because of the Hall of Vape, both vendors and people.
Yeah, and I think the weird thing, I think it's a very difficult thing.
They both want bank holiday, don't they?
Yeah, that was the issue, and not only that is that. Expo's been doing it for a while. I agree that Stuttgart released the date first. I have no issue with that. They definitely did. But you can't change the date of a bank holiday, can you?
No, it's an issue, but I would love to see it somehow resolved. Yeah. Because that clash, and that clash is not going to end well for either party ultimately.
They both ended up with half each. It didn't really work.
Yeah, so that's a thing. So that is a thing. I think
it worked for the event though as a whole. I think being slightly smaller this year, I think made Expo better for the end user there.
Do you think?
There was more. I think there was more hardware and less juice.
Do you think? I think there was loads of juice. I thought I was going to go.
There was loads of hardware.
Well, there were less vendors. It was probably almost half the size of last year, I think.
But wouldn't you love to see like Stackwarm there?
Yeah,
I would. I'd like to see all the modders there. Oh yeah, I'd like to see a whole section just with all the modders.
Yeah, having an expo and not having a modders gallery.
Yeah.
The best way to do that would be to not be clashing.
Yeah, but who chose the date first?
Stuttgart.
But
Well, I mean,
it's the bank holiday thing.
Historically.
Oh, Expo.
Yeah, well, Stuttgart have. Yeah.
That's the problem. It's no one's fault because they both.
Is it definitely a bank holiday? Is it definitely a national bank holiday in Germany though?
Oh, I don't know. I just meant that Expo historically had that weekend, hadn't they?
I'd love to see them work together because they're not in competition as long as they're not on the same time. So I'd love to see them work together to not clash next time.
Yeah, I think they should. Yeah, and definitely.
Somebody's just said something. Matt English is the first one to say it, so I will say it. Fucking, as a person who personally doesn't really believe in the magic fucking pixie dust that is CBD, it was drowning in CBD.
There was quite a lot of stalls there, wasn't there?
Yeah, there's a lot of CBD, but it's flavour of the month. That's all.
Oh yeah, I know. It's a load of old bollocks.
This time next year they won't be.
No. They'll be on the spliffs next year. It's better. It's real marijuana is better than CBD. Gets you more stoned.
Yeah.
I think, like Mark Todd says, Mark Todd probably completely 100% correctly points out in chat. It didn't affect Expo being on at the same time. Didn't affect Germany, and it didn't affect Germany, but it did affect us because we didn't get to see you, Mark. And so if they didn't clash, that would be fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
I've only get to see Mark once a year now, which is twatty. You better be at fucking.
No, he's coming to Jam next year.
Oh, he's coming to Expo in October. Just fly out.
I haven't booked that one up.
Oh well.
Fake first.
No, fake first. He'll be
Fake first.
Oh well, no, I'm just saying. I don't want to have. I want to see him twice minimum.
Anyway, this has been the Ideal Home Show.
Yes,
you have been the Ideal Homies. And I haven't got. That's not a pre-rehearsed.
And we will see you next Thursday. Thank you very much.
Try again. Let me try again. Okay. This has been the Ideal Home Show. You have been the Ideal Homies. And we'll see you next Thursday.
Amazing. Loved it. See ya. Bye.
See ya.